So for the last 30 days, as you can see, this is on Ariel's store. That is almost $90,000 in revenue. What's going on, everybody? Tanner here with another video. Hope you're all having a great day. We're back here. I'm doing a 3-video series with Ariel, which we'll get into a little bit more about who he is in a minute. But basically, there's going to be a 3-part series. Like I said, 3 different videos. We're going to be talking about his story from starting dropshipping to getting to where he is now. You know, some things that happened that were good, some things that he learned, some negative things. You know, overall talking about the experience, because I see a lot of dropshippers and people within e-commerce, they aren't as transparent as it really is. You know, there's a lot of daily issues that occur within owning a dropshipping store, especially one that you're scaling up to make tens of thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands, whatever the number is. You know, there's always going to be pros and cons to everything. And I feel like some people just are always talking about the pros and not the cons. And to give a quick intro to Ariel, who he is, how I know him, basically I met him through mutual friends here in Miami. I was visiting one time when I first started coming down here, networking with different people. My friend Casey Adams was down here and he introduced me to George, who is a YouTuber here, who makes gaming videos, and then he works with Ariel, who is an editor, he's been a YouTuber, all kinds of stuff, college dropout. We made a previous video with him talking about his whole story, you know, as a college dropout entrepreneur, you know, all the things he went through. I'll put the link in the description below. But anyways, we met through there. I would come here to the house here and there, and then I ended up coming here basically all the time, living here like half time, and I became really good friends with Ariel, George, Jeremy, everybody here at the house, and now Ariel saw what I was doing when I first started coming here, I guess. We're going to let him talk about it a little bit. But then he got into dropshipping. I started helping him out a little bit. I'm not the person to take like full credit for everything because, of course, I can give anybody, you know, tell them what to do. But if you don't take it the right way and actually apply what I tell you or, you know, try things on your own, then it's not always going to work out in the best situation that you would hope for. So first thing I want Ariel to talk about actually is sort of just why he started dropshipping.
Kind of just wanted to like dive into it because I saw it was a really like interesting business and I kind of wanted to learn about it because marketing has always been like something I've been interested in throughout my life. I just never really studied it. I never went to college for it or, you know, really took any high school classes for it. But I was in film production and I was a film production major in college. So that all kind of ties under marketing a little bit. So I thought I maybe would put some of those skills to use with the whole dropshipping industry. So that was really like one of my main motivations for trying it. And you know, I was able to apply the skills that I have from my past and use it towards this new business.
And so you decide you want to do that. You know, you can edit the videos for the ads and everything like that and make it look cool. You know how to film, you know how to do all this stuff. He has the right resources and skills in order to make some things happen that are very crucial within dropshipping. And what was the first step you took about learning? Because a lot of people, they want to start, but they don't know what to do. They don't take action. What was the first thing you did?
I mean, at first I didn't even really talk to anybody about it. I kind of just started watching a lot of videos. I watched some of your videos, and I just started browsing and like learning a lot as much as I could. And that was really the main first step. And then after that, I just kind of took on the project on my own, made a lot of mistakes, a lot of lost money. And from there, I was able to kind of like over time start to learn how it worked. And at first, it was extremely complicated, like the whole system. I had no idea how Facebook ads worked. I had no idea how to like run the whole dashboard. It was very confusing. So over time, I started to learn that stuff, and you know, I started to ask Tanner some questions along the way.
Lots of questions.
Lots of questions, but it was mostly like a trial and error game because even though he was able to answer questions, he's never tested some of the products that I was trying. So it wasn't like he knew the answers exactly what to target or anything like that. And that's the thing. Like when you like look at these dropshipping videos, they'll tell you, you know, this is what you do. It's not really true. You really got to do a lot of testing. And Tanner was pretty upfront about that you got to test a lot of different interests, a lot of different ads. It's not going to happen on the first ad. And that's something that's the main thing I learned. You're going to have to put a lot of capital to start off. And if not, it's just going to be a really slow process. Because if you're only doing $5, $10 testing on each ad a day, then it's going to take you a long time to get data on there. And you know, the main way that I did it is I did, you know, anywhere from $20 to $100 depending on how much I've already tested the ad, and I would go and do a lot of ad sets and really try a whole bunch of different things because I had a little bit of flexibility to do that. But you know, when you're starting off, it's kind of difficult.
Yeah, so you started out basically just testing. You know, I remember telling you, you would ask me, is this product good? Is this product bad? And I would just tell you, I have no idea. I mean, sometimes I can tell, obviously, if it's going to be something that can, you know, hold as a trend to make a lot of money or not. But I can never tell you the direct answer if it's not something I've tested personally. Because if you send me something like an iPhone case or whatever it is, and you haven't tested it, you say, Tanner, is this going to make me a lot of money? I have no idea. It could, it couldn't. There are just so many variables within dropshipping that I can't give you a direct answer based on a single product. You know, maybe I can make money with it if I market it the right way, but if you market it the wrong way, then you're going to lose money. So Ariel, you know, he's been through a lot of ups and downs with it so far. It's been about, what do you say, a month or so now, maybe a month and a half, 2 months.
Maybe a month, maybe 35 days or something like that.
Yeah, and so he's been going through there because I remember this one time, I don't remember what we were doing in the house, but we went up there and he asked me something about dropshipping. Like, oh, did you start dropshipping? And he showed me he had a little store set up and everything like that. He went out there and actually started doing something instead of just waiting for something to happen. Like a lot of people, they make a store, they forget about it, they make one ad, they lose $10 and then they're done with it. You know, it's really, like you said, just a game of trial and error. A lot of people don't see the long-term vision for it. They see it very short-term, and that's why so many people fail and why dropshipping gets a bad rep. You know, of course, there's a lot of reasonings behind why it could get a bad rep, but mostly because people go in there expecting to make a lot of cash quick, and it doesn't happen, which then leads them to say negative things about dropshipping or what it is. You know, dropshipping has been around for a very long time, and I don't want to get off track here. I want to keep this more focused towards Ariel and what he's doing. So for the last 30 days, as you can see, this is on Ariel's store. That is almost $90,000 in revenue. And no, that's not all profit. No, that's not, you know, something that's basically all going into his pocket. A lot of costs are involved, such as ad costs, product costs, you know, a lot of different variables go into it. You know, the Shopify apps, things like that. There's a lot of things you have to keep in place in order for Facebook to keep a good standing with you, whether you're spending a little bit of money, a lot of money. But one thing Ariel has encountered lately has been issues with the ad account and payments and things like that. Because one thing that happened to me when I first started drop shipping is I was fulfilling orders and I hit 50 orders and then it said my card was blocked. And I called my bank or they called me and said it's suspicious and whatever, and then I go back, it still didn't work. I called them, they're like, you can't do more than 50 transactions a day on this card. So then I was having issues fulfilling and keeping up with my store. So Ariel was having also payment issues with his store, but it was a little bit different. You know, some things happen where they're out of your control. It sort of sucks when you have a certain amount of money in the bank and they don't allow you to actually spend that money just because all the safety precautions and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, even last night, for the day that we're recording this video, I woke up and I saw that my ads spent nothing all night long because my card was having an issue, and it was kind of unfortunate because that's a lot of lost revenue. You know, potentially a couple $1,000s, and that's something that you kind of have to deal with, unfortunately, with the whole system, because obviously those things are put in place for safety, so that there's no fraud and stuff like that, or they're trying to prevent fraud and all that other stuff. So it makes sense why the cards do that sort of stuff, but you just kind of have to get to a point where you're able to not have that hinder your potential profits, and you know that's the hardest part that I've noticed so far, managing spending and versus profit and cost and all that other stuff.
If your ads have to restart, it's gonna either you have to re-optimize them, or it's just gonna be slow picking back up where you were. So it's really just about keeping a clean sheet on your Facebook account, making sure all your payments go through, because Facebook, they like to see everything clean. They don't like drop shippers. You just have to be careful with everything like that. So that's going to close up this video. Basically what I wanted to do is just give an overview of Ariel and sort of what's going on within his drop shipping journey. In the next video, we're going to be showing sort of what happened, the actual charts of his store, of what happened when the ad stopped running and where his store was projected to go this month before Facebook screwed him over a little bit. And we're going to be talking a little bit about product research and sort of how Ariel went about it at the beginning and where he led into when he started to get a little bit more experience. So that's going to close off this video. Like I said, I'll see you in the next one. And make sure you go follow Ariel on Instagram. I'll put it in the link in the description. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.